Hi, Stephanie. I don't know, for some reason, the first run I recorded this, it came with music. So I'm going to do it again. Yes, I'm going to Paris. Um, I said yes because when I got the original text from the girls, they said, let's think of somewhere to go, this summer or whatever. And I was like, yeah. So I said, I threw out that I only been to Florida, Vermont, Pennsylvania, Vegas, and I went to Canada. I went to Toronto. I think my dad took us to Expo. I think it was 67. Oh, and I've been to Washington, D.C. So I saw Niagara Falls. I saw all that stuff. Um, I didn't think of Europe, honestly. I just didn't think of Europe. I'm going for my passport next week, and I didn't think about Europe. So Nancy said, oh, Europe would be nice, or something like that. And Norma went with, oh, okay, ladies, I got a deal. I found a deal. Paris in September. So I said, well, when am I going, I said, okay, I'll go to Paris. And I always wanted to go back to Paris. I went to Paris, me and Mercy, we were 50. What year was that? 2002, I guess. She goes, let's go to Paris. Let's go to Paris for our 50th birthday. We'll go to Malta and then we go to Paris. I said, all right. We went in September also. So we went for 1 week in Malta and then 3 days in Paris. And by that time, after the week in Malta, when we got to Paris, trouble was in a rare form, all right? Not controllable. So, and let me tell you, Billy's no walk in the park. But when he was with, Billy looked like a saint. And Billy would just laugh. And, he would laugh at it like it was like, he would, anyway. And I got to the point where I said to Mercy, can we trade? Can I sleep with Billy tonight? I mean, we had 2 double beds. Each room had a double bed. And I remember telling her, can we switch rooms? And she'd say, Liz, stop it. Because nobody knows really what you go through. Nobody knows. You can try to explain it, and nobody knows. Anyway, that's all water under the bridge, thank God. And I'm going to Paris. You're coming with me. We're going to Paris. And I was talking about Joanne and Damien, who were with me 2 years ago. I can't believe it's already 2 years. They were here for the month, and they finally got their wedding date. It's 2027. So we'll be going back to Malta in 2027. And I'm going to see Johnny and Twanny and Janie, her mother Janie. They're the only cousins I have. I have Janie and Johnny and Twanny. They're my first cousins, and that's all I really know, because when you don't live there, you only know. Everybody was my cousin. They would tell me, "Oh, I'm your cousin," but I didn't really. I couldn't comprehend all these different people. Yeah, when you're in Malta, it's a lot of relations, in the village and everything, especially in the village. So when I went back to Malta, I went back to my Auntie Carmen's house. I think I was, when my dad took us when he retired at 16. I was 16. And I went to my Auntie Carmen's house. We all went, my mother, my father, and my sister, And I was looking at the yard where we used to play the taxi. And the thing was that Johnny and Twanny used to take turns being the taxi driver and the cop. Because the cop would pull over the taxi driver, give him a ticket, they'd start fighting. And I'd be screaming, yeah, I'm late. Don't you know who I am? I'm a movie star, and they're waiting for me at the museum. I don't know what the hell. And I remember saying, what happened? I said to Johnny, what happened to the yard? He goes, what? What do you mean? I said, I don't know. How come? When did it get so small? I said, it used to be so big. He goes, no. He goes, this is the yard. I said, this is the yard where we play taxi? He said, yeah, that's the yard. And I was like, wow, we had so much fun. How did we pack so much fun in a little tiny space? that now my Auntie Carmen had put all kind of plants around the edges. So it made it even a little look smaller because she had all these cactus. Because Malta's like almost a desert. It's on limestone. It's like, I don't know what the hell it is. It has hardly any trees, hardly any rain. The rainy season is in February. You know, if you go in July, August, or something, you can make a plan for a barbecue 3 weeks. It's not going to rain. Your barbecue is going to be perfect. You can have your outdoor dinner. It's going to be okay. No rain. That's a guarantee. Once in a while, you might see a lone cloud going by itself, and you're like, oh, what the hell did that cloud come from? It's this big. It's all in the blue sky, and it's all by itself, and it's just making its way. Malta's very beautiful. So yeah, I'll be going back there in 2027. And I'm yet to go to New Mexico or Tennessee, see where Elvis lives, or New Orleans. I've never been there. My sister went to New Orleans. She went to a lot of places, my sister, in the United States. I didn't. I was a on the stoop kind of girl. Even we're growing up, she would go to the camp with the girls club, and me and Mercy just sat on the stoop. We didn't want to. We always stayed home. I was always a home person. I always wanted, no matter where I went, I always wanted to come back home, put on my pajamas, and just be home. I mean, I had a nice time when I go out. You go out, you go out. You know, if I'm out, I'm out. But the best part of the day is always, for me anyways, coming home. So that's it. Hope you have a good Monday. Thank you, Stephanie. Yes, we're going to Paris. I've been to Paris, London. London was nice. We had friend Paul that we met in Malta. He loved my dad. Him and his brother Ronnie. Paul passed last year. And but I remember I took my daughter and my dad, and we went to London, and we stayed with Paul, I think for 3 days or something. It was so nice. Rain. Which you go in shock, because when you leave Malta and go to someplace with rain, you're like, what the hell is going on here? This is where the rain is. It was stuck in London. I don't know what I'm talking about. Because I had to do it over. I hope the music doesn't come on this one too, otherwise then I'm going to give up. But yeah, when I heard the other one, it had music in it. I'm going, why would it have music? But TikTok does what it wants, really. So anyway, thanks for the comment. And yeah, we're going to Paris. Mercy won't be coming with us. She's going to Scotland in October with Billy, and that's when they invited me to go to Scotland, and I told her no. Only because I don't mind being a third wheel when it's all women. But you know, when it's a couple in the middle, I don't. It's not my thing, you know what I mean? I'm not doing that. And that's it. Thanks for the question, and I'll talk to you later.